Extreme weather isn't just about heavy rain and gusty winds. It can reshape landscapes and shatter lives. Have you ever seen a tornado with winds so fierce it claimed 158 lives and injured over 1,000? Or have you ever witnessed hailstones as big as volleyballs dropping from the sky? Imagine a hurricane with the force to tear roofs off buildings, or waves so big they overcome a 5-story building. Consider an earthquake so powerful it doesn't just shake the ground, it moves an entire island and shifts the earth itself. Welcome back to another amazing episode of Forever Green. Today, we're diving into the 20 most catastrophic natural disasters ever recorded, from hurricanes and floods. And don't go anywhere, because later, we will reveal a disaster so monumental. Buckle up, click subscribe, and let's get started. 20. The 2011 Joplin Tornado. On the afternoon of May 22, 2011, the city of Joplin, Missouri found itself in the direct path of one of the most destructive tornadoes in United States history. With winds surpassing 200 miles per hour, the EF5 tornado tore through the heart of the city, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. The tornado struck Joplin without much warning, catching many residents by surprise. Within minutes, entire neighborhoods were flattened, vehicles were tossed about like toys, and landmark buildings were reduced to rubble. The scene after the storm was one of chaos and destruction, with survivors emerging from the debris to a landscape unrecognizable from just an hour before. The economic impact of the tornado was catastrophic. It caused damage estimated at $2.8 billion, making it one of the costliest tornadoes ever. The Joplin tornado claimed 158 lives and injured over 1,000 people, making it one of the deadliest tornadoes in the nation's history. 19. The 2021 Haiti Earthquake. On the morning of August 14, 2021, Haiti was struck by a powerful earthquake that shook the nation to its core. With a magnitude of 7.2, the quake centered near the town of Tsunami, about 125 kilometers west of the capital, Port-au-Prince. This disaster hit an area already burdened by political instability and economic challenges, exacerbating the hardship faced by the local population. The devastation was immediate and overwhelming. Buildings that were not built to withstand such force crumbled. Homes, schools, and hospitals were reduced to rubble within seconds. Infrastructure was severely damaged, cutting off access to remote areas and making it difficult to deliver emergency aid and services. The financial damage inflicted by the earthquake was profound, with losses amounting to billions of dollars. However, the human cost was even more tragic. Over 2,200 lives were lost in the disaster, and thousands more were injured. Each loss left a void in families and communities across the region. The death toll underscored the urgent need for building more resilient communities to better withstand future quakes. 18. The 2024 Dubai Flood. In 2024, Dubai encountered a record natural disaster when an unprecedented flood overwhelmed the city. Despite its modern infrastructure and skyscrapers, Dubai was unprepared for such extensive flooding, which tested its resilience and response capabilities. On April 16, 2024, alongside neighboring cities like Sharjah and areas in the Northern Emirates and Ras Al Khaimah, Dubai faced intense flooding, the worst in 75 years. This was confirmed by the National Center for Meteorology. The severe weather started on the late evening of April 15th, reaching its peak on April 16th, and finally subsiding by April 17th. The heaviest rainfall occurred in the Qadam al-Shakla area in Al Ain, where a remarkable 254.8 millimeters, or 10.03 inches of rain, fell in less than a day. In response, the Emirati National Center for Meteorology issued multiple warnings, including orange and yellow alerts for its heavy rainfall and strong winds, advising residents to take necessary precautions. The flood resulted in substantial economic damages, running into the billions of dollars. 17. The flash floods of Spain. In the autumn of 2018, Spain faced a harrowing series of intense flash floods, particularly devastating the eastern and southern regions. On October 29th, Valencia was struck by severe flooding, and just a day later, on October 30th, the town of Utiel experienced its own disaster. These floods, resulting from unusually heavy rainfall over a short period, transformed streets into rivers, swept away vehicles, and inundated homes and businesses. Videos from this disaster show shocking scenes of cars being swept away and streets flooded in cities like Valencia. Rescue units worked tirelessly to save people trapped by the rising waters. Scientists warn that climate change is making extreme weather events more frequent and severe, which suggests that such disasters could become more common in the future. The human cost was tragic, with at least 13 people losing their lives to the raging waters. The loss of life highlighted the deadly potential of flash floods and the need for improved weather forecasting and emergency response protocols. 16. The Vivian, South Dakota hailstorm. On July 23, 2010, the small town of Vivian in South Dakota faced an extraordinary weather event that made headlines across the nation. A severe hailstorm hit the area, bringing with it hailstones of unprecedented size. One of these hailstones set a record, measuring a staggering 8 inches in diameter, roughly the size of a volleyball. The storm released a barrage of ice from the sky with such intensity that it shattered windows, dented cars, and damaged roofs. The streets were covered in a thick layer of ice, causing hazardous conditions and bringing the town to a standstill. The visual impact was startling, with images of giant hailstones next to everyday objects highlighting the unusual severity of the storm. Many residents faced costly repairs to their homes and vehicles, with some properties experiencing extensive damage that required complete renovation. 15. Maui Island wildfire. In August of 2023, Maui, a jewel of the Hawaiian Islands, known for its lush landscapes and vibrant culture, was engulfed by one of the deadliest wildfires in its history. The fire began disastrously with broken power lines, which ignited and spread rapidly across the dry terrain. As flames swept through the island, they left a path of utter destruction that was both horrifying and heart-wrenching. More than 2,200 structures were consumed by the fire, ranging from family residences to historical landmarks, transforming bustling neighborhoods into ghostly ashes. The visual aftermath was bleak. Blackened land where there was once greenery, and remnants of homes reduced to mere shadows on the ground. The human toll, however, was even more devastating. A total of 102 lives were tragically lost to the inferno, making it not only a natural disaster, but a profound human tragedy. Families and communities mourned their loved ones, feeling the deep scars left by the sudden and brutal nature of the fire. Economically, this wildfire inflicted over $5 billion in damages, a staggering amount that speaks to the extensive impact on the island's infrastructure and the personal lives of its residents. If you're finding this video interesting so far, don't forget to watch our other video on 10 massive landslides caught on camera. Now, let's get back to this one. 14. Hurricane Adalia's Wrath. In late August 2023, Hurricane Adalia released a rage on the southern United States, particularly impacting Florida with devastating effects. This hurricane, marked by its intense wind speeds and heavy rainfall, caused extensive damage across the region. Hurricane Adalia made landfall with winds that roared over 120 miles per hour. Strong enough to tear roofs off houses, uproot trees, and turn loose objects into dangerous projectiles. The storm surge flooded streets, homes, and businesses, leaving some coastal areas submerged under several feet of water. The economic impact of Hurricane Adalia was staggering, estimated to be in the billions of dollars. Tragically, the hurricane also claimed the lives of at least 19 people as a direct result of the storm's impact, with dozens more injured by flying debris or during the evacuation process. Each of these deaths was a heartbreaking reminder of the lethal potential of natural disasters. 13. The Andover, Kansas tornado. On April 29, 2022, the community of Andover, Kansas was dramatically transformed by a powerful tornado that swept through the area. This tornado, a violent EF3, carved a path of destruction that was both wide and indiscriminate, affecting residential and commercial areas alike. The tornado descended upon Andover with terrifying speed and intensity. The air was filled with debris, creating a dangerous environment for anyone caught in its path. Emergency sirens blared, giving residents only moments to seek shelter and brace for impact. One brave person captured a video that vividly showed the huge tornado destroying everything in its way. The footage highlighted the tornado's immense size and destructive power, providing a plain visual evidence to the event's brutality. The result in Andover was severe, with hundreds of homes damaged or destroyed, and the financial toll reaching into the millions. 12. The Chong, China landslide. On September 27th, a devastating landslide occurred in Chongzhou, China, sending shockwaves through the local community and beyond. This disaster unfolded in an area known for its steep terrain, which became dangerously unstable after prolonged periods of heavy rainfall. As the land began to slide, it brought down tons of mud, rocks, and debris, overwhelming homes and infrastructure in its path. The landslide blocked roads, isolated communities, and destroyed vital communication links, making immediate rescue operations challenging and critical. A driver captured a chilling video of the event, showing the mountain collapsing and the road becoming completely blocked. This footage vividly illustrated the scale of the landslide and the immediate blockage. In the video, nearby car drivers can be seen quickly backing their vehicles away from the unfolding disaster and fleeing the area. A testament to the sudden danger posed by the landslide. 11. The 2013 Typhoon Haiyan. On November 8, 2013, Typhoon Haiyan, known locally as Yolanda, struck the Philippines with brutal intensity, marking one of the most powerful typhoons ever recorded. As it barreled across the central part of the country, it brought unprecedented destruction, particularly to the Visayas region, which bore the brunt of the storm's fury. Typhoon Haiyan released winds that exceeded 190 miles per hour, along with massive storm rushes that devastated coastal communities. In the city of Tacloban, one of the hardest hit areas, sea waters rose up to 20 feet, sweeping away homes and any structure in its path. Thousands of lives were lost in the disorder, with the final death toll exceeding 6,300 people. This disaster displaced over 4 million residents, leaving many without shelter, food, or clean water. The visual evidence of the typhoon's impact was shocking. Videos and photos circulated globally, showcasing vast areas scattered with debris and survivors clamoring for aid. The economic damage was colossal, estimated to be in the billions of dollars. 10. The 2004 Indian Ocean Earthquake and Tsunami. On December 26, 2004, one of the deadliest natural disasters in recorded history struck with little warning. An undersea earthquake with a magnitude of 9.1 off the coast of Sumatra, Indonesia, unleashed a series of powerful tsunamis that devastated the coastlines of 14 countries bordering the Indian Ocean. The tsunami waves, some as high as 30 meters, traveled at high speeds across the ocean, reaching faraway shores within mere hours. The impact was catastrophic and immediate. In Indonesia, Thailand, India, and Sri Lanka, coastal communities were hit the hardest. Homes, businesses, and entire landscapes were washed away, leaving behind scenes of unimaginable devastation. The death toll here was staggering, with over 230,000 people being killed, making it one of the deadliest natural disasters in modern history. The scale of this disaster was such that entire towns and villages were wiped from the maps, and bodies were found miles inland, carried by the force of water. If you've enjoyed this video so far, please leave a like, and then you can also check out 7 most wonderful natural phenomena in the world on our channel Forever Green. 9. The Marshalltown, Iowa Tornado. On July 19, 2018, the city of Marshalltown, Iowa was dramatically transformed by a powerful tornado that swept through the area without much warning. This EF3 tornado, part of a series of storms that hit the region, left a path of destruction that tested the resilience and spirit of the community. winds exceeding 140 miles per hour, it tore through the heart of Marshalltown, ripping roofs off buildings, flipping vehicles, and uprooting trees. The historic courthouse, a beloved landmark, suffered significant damage, symbolizing the severity of the storm to the local community. Despite this extensive damage, the community's quick response helped prevent any loss of life, which was a small relief among all the chaos. In the aftermath, the extent of the destruction became clear. Many buildings had roofs ripped off, windows blown out, and the structures were weakened or completely destroyed. 8. The Alta, Norway landslide. On June 3, 2020, the peaceful town of Alta in Norway experienced a sudden and dramatic natural disaster when a large section of land abruptly slid into the sea. A massive landslide covering an area of 3 hectares tore through the landscape, dragging 8 buildings into the sea. The significant geological event was captured in dramatic footage that showed the earth moving and structures slipping into the water. The landslide occurred in the early afternoon, giving residents little time to react. As the ground began to rumble, several homes, along with a section of the coastal land, started to break away and cascade into the fjord below. The visuals were startling. Large pieces of earth moving as if they were on a conveyor belt, dragging buildings along with them. Thankfully, prior warnings about possible landslides had led to the evacuation of most residents in the area, and no lives were lost. However, the destruction of property was substantial. Several homes were completely destroyed, leaving residents without their belongings and places to live. 7. The 2011 Japan Earthquake and Tsunami. On March 11, 2011, Japan faced a catastrophic disaster when a magnitude 9 earthquake, followed by a massive tsunami, struck off the Pacific coast of Tohoku. Known as the Great East Japan Earthquake, it was so powerful it shifted the entire island of Honshu 8 feet east and altered the Earth's axis. The ensuing tsunami unleashed waves up to 40 meters high, obliterating everything in its path, sweeping away cars, boats, and buildings, and leaving towns and historic communities in complete ruins. The devastation was captured in shocking videos showing large homes collapsing and electric lines being torn apart. The human toll was immense, with over 15,000 deaths, thousands more injured, and hundreds of thousands displaced. Economically, the damage exceeded $300 billion. Additionally, the tsunami triggered a severe nuclear crisis at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, resulting in multiple meltdowns and the release of radioactive materials, further compounding the disaster's impact. 6. The Himachal Pradesh flood. In the summer of 2021, Himachal Pradesh, a scenic tourist spot in India, faced severe unexpected floods due to the continuous heavy rainfall. The powerful water currents uprooted trees and moved large boulders, blocking important mountain passes and cutting off many areas. This led to significant damage. Villages were submerged, and many residents were trapped in their homes or on rooftops, desperately waiting for help. The destruction of infrastructure was massive, with many roads and communication lines washed away, complicating all rescue efforts. The flood had a devastating impact on the community. According to the latest reports, 14 people lost their lives and about 45 were still missing, with ongoing efforts to find them. Rescue teams managed to evacuate 55 people to safer areas where they received necessary aid. Additionally, 95 houses were destroyed or severely damaged, and significant infrastructure, like 14 bridges and the crucial Kulu-Manili Highway, was heavily impacted, disrupting transport and worsening the situation. 5. The Yellowstone Flood. Yellowstone National Park, one of America's most beloved natural landmarks, faced an unprecedented natural disaster. Heavy rainfall and rapid snowmelt combined to cause severe flooding, transforming the serene landscapes into scenes of destruction. As the floodwaters rose, they overwhelmed the rivers and streams within the park. The powerful flow of water washed out roads, bridges, and trails that are crucial for both park operations and visitor access. One particularly striking incident captured on video showed a house near the river's edge suddenly collapsing and being swept away by the raging waters, a stark visual of the flood's destructive power. Emergency response teams worked tirelessly to secure areas and assess the damage. Despite the scale of the flood, the efforts of the park personnel and local authorities helped prevent any loss of human life within the park. The devastation to the park, however, was extensive. Key access points and infrastructure within Yellowstone were severely damaged, leading to the closure of the park during peak tourist season. 4. The Turkey-Syria Earthquake. On February 6, 2023, a powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck the border region between Turkey and Syria, causing widespread destruction and deep distress. The earthquake occurred early in the morning, surprising many as they slept. Buildings not built to withstand such force collapsed, turning cities and towns into rubble and trapping residents beneath it. Dramatic footage captured a large building sinking into the ground and a major road breaking apart with cars stuck in the new gaps. The human impact here was profound, with over 4,500 people affected, including those killed, injured, or displaced. This disaster highlighted the urgent need for stronger safety measures in earthquake-prone regions. The extensive media coverage brought global attention to the tragedy, showcasing the harsh reality of nature's power and the critical need for improved building standards and emergency preparedness in order to protect lives in such vulnerable areas. 3. Japan earthquake on New Year's Day. On January 1st, a powerful 7.6 magnitude earthquake hit the western coast of Japan near Suzu, causing extensive damage and a tragic start to the new year. The earthquake's epicenter was off the coast, amplifying its impact on the surrounding coastal communities. The strong, prolonged tremors triggered widespread fear and panic, prompting families to rush for safety. In Suzu, the damage was particularly severe. The town's mayor, Masuhiro Izumiya, reported that up to 90% of homes were heavily damaged or destroyed, leaving the community in ruins and many residents in urgent need of help. The earthquake resulted in at least 55 deaths and widespread destruction across the coastal regions, with buildings and infrastructure heavily damaged. Following the earthquake, the region experienced about 200 aftershocks, indicating ongoing seismic activity. The Japan Meteorological Agency warned of potential strong aftershocks and advised the public to remain vigilant and prepared for further disturbances, highlighting the need for continuous caution in the affected areas. 2. Brazil's flooding and landslides. In a tragic week of relentless rain, the southern Brazilian state of Rio Grande do Sul experienced one of its worst natural disasters. Massive flooding and landslides wreaked havoc across the region, causing significant loss of life and forcing widespread displacement of communities. The disaster claimed at least 75 lives, and over 100 people were reported missing as rescue teams worked tirelessly among the ruins. Local authorities were overwhelmed trying to locate the missing and provide essential aid to survivors. Over 88,000 residents had to evacuate their homes due to overflowing rivers and mud-buried neighborhoods. Around 16,000 of these displaced individuals found temporary shelter in public buildings like schools and gymnasiums, which were transformed into emergency shelters. These became crucial for those whose homes were submerged or destroyed, as this catastrophic week marked the fourth major flood to hit the state within the same year, with previous similar events occurring in July, September, and November of 2023. 1. Hurricane Milton. In August of 2023, Florida was struck by Hurricane Milton, a fierce Category 3 storm that unleashed a wide array of devastating effects across the state. Making landfall in Siesta Key, roughly 70 miles south of Tampa, Milton brought with it not only powerful winds and rain, but also caused tornadoes, significant flooding, and widespread destruction. As it swept through Florida, Hurricane Milton cut power to more than 3.3 million energy customers and put an estimated 11 million people at risk of severe flooding. The storm was particularly brutal in its intensity, with winds reaching up to 107 miles per hour in Venice Beach, Sarasota County. This ferocity was matched by an extraordinary amount of rainfall, with St. Petersburg recording 18.31 inches, categorized as a 1 in a 1,000-year rainfall event. Such conditions exacerbated the storm's impact, flooding streets and homes and making many areas inaccessible. The human toll was also very tragic. The hurricane and related tornadoes resulted in at least 12 confirmed deaths across several counties. St. Lucie County saw 6 fatalities, mainly due to tornadoes that touched down with lethal force. In St. Petersburg, 2 people were killed during the storm, while Volusia County reported 3 deaths. Additionally, 1 individual in Citrus County lost their life when a tree fell on their car, illustrating the random and tragic nature of such disasters. And that's a wrap on our tour of nature's most dramatic showdowns. Hit subscribe for some more epic tales, and go ahead and share your thoughts down below.